It is a kind of a wicked windy day. We're supposed to have some storms rolling in. But anyway, in today's video, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down some changes that I recently made to my YouTube channel and actually how that has impacted me on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube person or you want to do YouTube, this is probably going to be a pretty good video because I changed my content and it actually had a negative impact on my channel that I'm slowly recovering from. So if you want to hear about it, hear the details, and at least what I think on it, and maybe how you could potentially, I don't know, keep it from happening to you once your channel grows, then stick around and we'll break this down. And I'll get probably a little deep into some of the metrics that I get from YouTube, and I'll throw them up and I'll flash them up, but this is going to be very motovloggy style, and we're going to talk while we ride to a bike night that I'm going to tonight. So stick around and we'll talk some YouTubiness. Alrighty y'all, thanks for sticking around, and if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, give me a like. If you don't like this video, tell me why you don't like it. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Holy Jesus, it is windy. My goodness. Hopefully it doesn't cause this video to suck. But anyway, let me actually set the stage so you kind of can smell what I'm cooking here. So a few months ago, I dropped a video on the channel, and I'll link that video up here, where I was talking about me kind of wanting to start looking at new bikes. I was kind of interested in what else was out there. I was looking for something I was hoping that would be provided by... What are these people doing? On their phones. That's what those people are doing. Anyway, you know, that Indian or Harley Davidson would have been able to solve for me. And in that video, I kind of broke down really what I was looking for. Anyway, time progressed and I came across a different bike after doing a whole bunch of test rides, which is the bike we are on now, which is the Yamaha Tracer 900 GT. And I introduced this bike to the channel saying, hey, we've got a new bike, everybody, and this is what it is. Now, I wasn't 100% sure how that was going to be received because the majority of my content up until that point had been all about the Indian Scout Bobber. Now, my channel was not specifically dedicated to the Indian Scout Bobber. It just so happened that was the bike that I had. So, you know, the content itself was built around that bike. Now, the name of my channel doesn't specifically say what kind of motorcycle the content's going to be about. It's Dad with a Bike. That's the name of the channel. Primarily because I've owned motorcycles for a really long time, and I've had lots of different motorcycles through the years. So the idea that I was going to maintain or stay married to one giving manufacturer just really wasn't true. I didn't even think that that was always going to be true. But I did pick up some die-hard Indian riders, Indian fans. I did pick up some die-hard Indian Scout Bobber fans, and that was because there really wasn't a whole lot of content out there for the Indian Scout Bobber. I think actually if you look at all the channels that do that type of YouTube-y stuff, I'm probably the only one that provides as much detail as I do on the Indian Scout Bobber, from modifications, maintenance, upgrades. Everything was kind of centered around that bike because, like I said, that was the bike I had at the time. So we fast forward to when I introduced the video where I said, got a new bike, this is what it is. And it was like instantaneous. I kind of knew I was going to have some fallout, like I said, but it was instantaneous. And in the span of about a week, I dropped somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 subscribers. Now that doesn't seem like a lot. Like if you look at some of the larger channels that have, you know, 100,000 subscribers or whatever, but I've only got like, you know, 4,200, 4,300, and that hit, that hurt. You know, my subscriber count dropped way low, my view count dropped because I had to swing my content over to a different group of riders, I guess. I had to swing it more over to the people who are interested in sport bikes or sport touring, or, you know, the Japanese performance bikes, things that would fall into this, you know, Yamaha Tracer category. And this dude in front of me is annoying the piss out of me. Either go or get out of the way. That's what I want him to do, but I guess we're gonna have to go around him. That was a popo. Let's see if he comes after me. Front row. I don't see no lights. Doesn't look like he is interested in me. Hopefully I was kind of shaded by all those cars. Whew. Thank goodness. I wasn't exactly going the speed limit. But anyway, like I was saying, dropped a ton of subscribers, dropped a ton of views, everything just kind of dropped. And now I'm in this like recovery phase where I'm introducing, it's still motorcycle content, but it's on a different style of motorcycle. And I guess the lesson that I learned there is, boy, there are just, the people seem to be just truly dedicated to that one style of motorcycling. And I guess it's probably more like I was doing the Indian Scout Bobber stuff, and that was cruiser style, so I was picking up a lot of folks that were more cruiser style enthusiasts. And now I'm over here on a sport touring sport bike. It's a dad's version of a sport bike. How's that? Now I have to start, I guess, marketing to that side of the YouTube world and hope I start gathering some subscribers from that side. And I'm slowly starting to recover. I am pulling in subscribers from that side of the world. But like I said, the lesson here is that even like the slightest shift in what you're doing from a niche, not a niece, but a niche perspective, boy, it can really impact your channel. And that really is, I guess, my piece of information for you all is be very careful. Like if you're trying to be specific about your YouTube channel and you kind of want it to grow a certain way or whatever you're trying to do, be very careful about what you're doing. Be very careful about how you introduce the content, and understand that when you change anything up, the style of what you're doing, the little bit of the content that you're doing. We're going to turn this on because we're going to get into some fun little roads, so I want to capture that on the 360. Anywho, just know that things will be impacted. You will most likely lose some viewers, but then you'll kind of start to gain some. You've got to just ride it out, keep true, keep consistent, and I think, you know, you will likely properly recover. And like I said, I'm slowly recovering. I haven't fully recovered, but I'm slowly recovering. But that's all well and good because I'm on a bike that I thoroughly enjoy and love. And I think that my excitement, my enjoyment for this bike, how I modify this bike, and then making that available to my viewers will pull in more subscribers, and I'll even be better for it in the long run. Now, I will admit I probably could have done it a little bit different to ease the impact that the change made. And probably what I should have done was slowly introduce the change, kind of informed everybody, explained to everybody what was really going on. I could have drug it out a little bit longer, but I felt that that would have been kind of flogging the log. And, you know, YouTube's not my job. I don't have enough subscribers. I don't make enough money off YouTube for it to be my job. So I got to intermingle this in with my real job, you know, my responsibilities as a dad, as a husband, all that good stuff. So this is a hobby. So I felt that would have just drug things out, and it would have been a couple of months before I introduced this bike to my channel, and I had things I wanted to do with it and all that good stuff. So I guess I ripped the band-aid off and exposed the open wound to the world, and some of y'all poked at it, scratched at it, poured some salt on it, which is fine. But there were also a lot of people who were very accepting of it and all that good stuff. So at the end of the day, the lesson that I learned is that the real, true motorcycle enthusiasts, and these are just people who love motorcycles, they don't really care. They want to see you put out good content because they're probably going to gain something from it anyway. Even though it may not be the exact bike or the exact style that they ride, they're going to gain something from it. Hopefully this, which way am I going? I'm going to come up here. All right. But anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it provided you some insight into just how slight little changes in the YouTube world and the changes that you make can impact your channel. And if you stayed on this long, do me a favor and follow on to these other videos, playlists, et cetera. Help me grow the channel. Tell all your buddies all the good stuff. Clicky on one of these, and we will see you on the next one. And with that, I'll leave you. Y'all be good to one another. I love y'all. Be nice. Peace.